my goodness. Keep those over there. If I get started on Butterfingers, I can't stop. No, I won't be able to. I love Butterfingers. Ooh.
Camera's on, so.
I know. Camera's on, and we're talking about candy bars.
That's all right.
Well, let's move on to our official business. Good morning, everybody. And
yes, let's not leave the crowd waiting.
And welcome. We will call to order the regular meeting of the Lawrence County Commissioners. Today is Tuesday, September 5, 2023. We welcome all of you. Note that if you have a cell phone, if you please silence it, we'd appreciate that courtesy, and that we will be having two opportunities for public comment, one in a few moments and one before the conclusion of the meeting. Ask that if you do have public comments that you limit your time to about 5 minutes if possible, and also ask that your comments be related to county government matters, please. We always start the meeting with the Pledge of Allegiance, and then we'll follow that. If you'll stay standing for a moment of silence. Joe, could you lead us in the pledge, please?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please have a brief moment of silence. Thank you. Vanessa, could you please call the roll?
Commissioner Spielvogel?
Here.
Commissioner Buick?
Present.
Commissioner Vogler?
Here. We have a quorum. Row officer reports and comments. None of our row officers are with us today. And then that takes us to public comment, but at the moment we have one staff person with us, but no members of the public so far. Under fiscal and contractual, we did receive a bid for a property that's in the tax claim repository, and the process, as you know, involves if someone wishes to make a bid on a property, they are to submit the bid, and then it is distributed to the municipality in which the property is located, as well as the school district. In this instance, the property in question is in Mahoning Township, located at 183 Gary Lane, parcel ID number 24-900524. The Mahoning Township supervisors and the Mohawk Area School District have both approved this proposed bid, and it now rests with us to consider it. Vanessa, what number would we assign this?
329.
329?
Yes.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I'll open it up if someone wishes to make a motion.
So moved.
Second.
And I'll see if, Loretta, any questions or concerns?
No.
Brian?
Nope, looks like it's been approved by Mohawk School District and Bessemer Borough, so.
Mahoning Township.
Mahoning Township.
I'm sorry, none of my glass on Mahoning Township, so I support the resolution.
Thank you, sir. We'll do a roll call, please.
Commissioner Spielvogel?
Yes.
Commissioner Buick?
Yes.
Commissioner Vogler?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you. And I may have neglected to mention the bid amount was $500. Forgive me if I overlooked that. And that has been accepted by all three taxing bodies. Next, under fiscal and contractual, we have the warrant registers that have been submitted to us by the Controller's Office, dated August 28 and August 31. Give my colleagues some time to look them over, and whenever you're ready, I could take a motion to accept these documents.
So moved.
Second.
Thank you both. If you'll bear with me just a second. I do have one quick question.
I do too.
Oh, go ahead. You're all set.
There was, the only company I noticed on there I didn't recognize was Tech 84. TEK 84 for $123,000. I'm not familiar with that company.
That was my question too. So
same thing
Joe,
with that.
any idea what that might be?
Which department?
Two educated guesses, 911 center with their towers and so forth. The second one would be whether it was a cost with our jail for the.
Upgrade.
That says the scanner, the body scanner?
Might be.
Anyway, that was the only one I didn't recognize, but other than that.
Right,
I was thinking of hubs,
that's exactly what they are,
The video conferencing?
Yes.
Okay, that makes
Yes.
sense now.
there you go,
Alrighty.
That was my only question,
That's what they
Chairman,
are.
I'm half satisfied.
Likewise.
yes,
Good.
good,
Got a good answer, and we did.
Great minds think alike.
there you
In
go,
my case, it's feeble minds, but no, thank you, everyone.
yes.
Any other questions on the warrant registers?
No.
Hearing none, we do have a motion or we don't?
We do.
We do. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Spielvogel?
Yes,
Commissioner Buick?
Yes.
Commissioner Vogler?
Yes,
Motion carries.
thank you all. The minutes of the August 29 meeting are in our packet. If you'd like some time to look them over, please do so. And then whenever you're ready, we could take a motion to adopt them. I have one very, very minor adjustment on the first full paragraph on page 1. Mr. Baldwin's first name needs to have another T added to it, I believe. Oh, and could we double check Mr. Versilla's spelling? I think it's Vercilla, but I could be wrong. I think it's Versilla, not Versilla.
I
But
think it's
could we double check that, please? Those are the,
Vericilla. Two eyes on this thing, Vericilla. I will move to approve the minutes.
thank you, Loretta.
Second.
Thank you, Brian. Discussion or concerns about the minutes? Hearing none, I'll ask Vanessa to call the roll, please.
Commissioner Spielvogel?
Yes,
Commissioner Buick?
Yes.
Commissioner Vogler?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you. Under correspondence, we received one document over the course of the last week from RETU engineering firm based in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. This is a general permit number 11 registration for property in Union Township. It says here, on behalf of Columbia Gas, notice is hereby given that a general permit number 11 registration will be submitted to the Pennsylvania Department of Environmental Protection for the above referenced project. The Matilda Avenue replacement project is for the replacement of a portion of a gas main with 2-inch and 6-inch medium pressure, medium density polyethylene pipe. The existing gas mains will be cut and capped to abandon in place. The project will require one wetland crossing requiring a permit registration and several stream floodway crossings that qualify for a waiver due to their drainage areas being well under 100 acres. It is signed by Laura Hall, environmental scientist for RETU. The only thing that's got me a little bit puzzled, if you look up at the top of page 1, where it does say Matilda Avenue replacement, then further down it says FedEx. Do y'all see that? I'm not sure if FedEx has property out there or what this might be. Or maybe that's, have you seen this?
I have not seen it yet.
Okay. Again, not quite sure why it says FedEx on there. Well, thank you, Joe. Thanks for doing that. They do have a map showing the project location, and it's in a residential area
right.
of the township. And
Dan, sometimes I wasn't here, but sometimes we receive these to the FedEx.
I think it's,
I-
notice was delivered by
Oh,
FedEx. Vanessa's right.
Okay, that makes.
We were all thinking if Vanessa was the only one bold enough to say, wait a minute.
And so the delivery of the document was through FedEx.
Right.
That's very helpful. Thank you.
Okay.
That solves the mystery. Okay, because again, looking at the map, it is in a residential section of the Union Township. Questions or comments about this document?
I'll move that we accept and file.
I will second.
Thank you both. And if there are no other concerns, and again, thank you, Vanessa, for clarifying that. We'll do a roll call, please.
Commissioner Spielvogel?
Yes.
Commissioner Buick?
Yes.
Commissioner Vogler?
Yes,
Motion carries.
thank you. Commissioner reports and comments, ELB, which means Commissioner Burek gets to go first today.
Thank you, Commissioner Vogler. Just one item today. I want to note with sadness that a county employee passed away unexpectedly last week. Benny Blundo worked on our afternoon maintenance department staff. He will be missed, and we extend our condolences to his family, friends, and coworkers. That's all I have this morning.
Thank you very much, Brian. Commissioner Spielvogel.
Thank you. Yeah, he was an exceptional employee, and we will miss him most definitely, yes. On another note, I just had one thing I wanted to mention, that we had a visit from our senior senator from Pennsylvania, Senator Casey, and his wife was with him. I had met the senator several different times in the past, as I'm sure Dan and probably you guys have as well, but that was the first time that I had met his wife, and she was a pleasure to have a conversation with. They enjoyed a little tour of our building and commented on the artwork that we had from the photo contest, the conservation district that they had out in the lobby. But the senator was visiting. He wanted to reach out to the commissioners. We had a great meeting on the priorities for Lawrence County. He stopped in, wanted to discuss what we had as priorities because of the amount of monies that are coming through between the Inflation Reduction Act, the infrastructure bill, as well as, we are part of a regional Build Back Better grant that was received through the federal government. So we're involved in those things as well. But he did take the time with us, and we're grateful and thankful that he did that. And after that meeting, I also took a physical tour with Robin Matisik, our regional representative from Senator Casey's office. And we did tour several different locations within the county to actually put names and places and areas to the forefront of her mind so that she could get that information back to the senator. We did tour several different areas of the county. So I'm grateful and thankful that he was able to join us and that we had that time with him, and also that we had the time with Robbie to actually get out there and tour the county. So thank you.
Well, and please accept our appreciation because you organized the meeting and pulled together all of the documents that we shared with Senator Casey, and it was appreciate all the hard work that you put into it, because you worked very hard on that,
I appreciate that.
both prior to the meeting and during the meeting. So thank you.
Sure.
I really don't have too much to add. I would concur with my colleagues in offering our sympathy to the Blundo family for their loss. We will miss Benny. He was always very nice to chat with, and he worked very hard as a member of the county's maintenance department. Thank you. We'll move on. Next on the agenda, we do have a resolution, which would be 330.
Yes.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to turn this over to Commissioner Burek to talk about. This involves a proposal that we have received to address some issues up at the Elmira building on East Washington Street, which houses our CYS offices. Brian, you've worked on this, so I'll turn it over to you.
Thank you very much. Yes, I had previously asked permission to get some quotes. Both our CYS director, John Bow, and our maintenance staff member, Ron Buchter at the Elmira building at 1001 East Washington Street had reported to us that there were multiple trees, several are dead, several are losing branches over the driveways to the entrance of the property when there's storms. And there was 2 areas where the trees and bushes are growing into the parking areas. As you know, we have around 50 employees now in that building, and the parking is very limited. So they had asked if we could get these trees removed. I had worked with our maintenance director and assistant director. We got 4 companies submitted quotes to us. I'm pleased to report that we got a very competitive quote from Base Environmental Services. They're based on Cascade Street here in Newcastle. And I had emailed them and asked for a copy. They sent me and the maintenance director a copy of their, they have liability insurance and workers' compensation insurance. And I would recommend and move for the approval of Resolution 330 to enter into an agreement with Base Environmental Services for the removal of trees, shrubs, and stumps at 1001 East Washington Street on county-owned property. This will benefit our CYS staff as well as the many visitors and other agencies that come in and out of that property. It'll make it safer. It'll allow us to use more of the available parking spaces and won't be in the way when we go out to bid soon on resealing and repainting the parking areas at the Elmira Home.
I will second that.
Thank you. Comments?
I just want to say thank you for taking care of that. I know that you did your due diligence in getting the different bids and making sure that the proper certifications are there and insurances. That's one thing that I know that our insurance company would want to make sure that they were there. So thank you for taking care of that, and I'll get that work done and make that access easier and more visible from the roadway. Thank you.
Yes, I would concur in expressing appreciation to you for your work on this and note, as I believe you did, this is a proposal that we have received, and you did secure other quotes as noted. It's not a formal bid because there is a state law defining the threshold for bidding. Where are we at? 21, 22,000?
Yeah,
If something is 21 or 22 and up, we're required to do a formal bid process. I believe anything above 10,000 requires securing of quotes.
That's correct.
I'm saying that by memory, but so Mr. Burek did secure quotes and made the determination that this is the lowest reasonable quote that he received. So we do have a motion on the floor to consider this proposal, number 330. I'll ask Brian, anything else you need to add?
Thank you both for your comments. Just again to follow up on what you said, according to the county solicitor and the county purchasing requirements, if the price for a project's between 10,000 and 22,000, we need to secure quotes. We got 4. They ranged between 13,500 and 20,500. And Base Environmental Services here in Newcastle gave us the lowest quote for the work to be done. So thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Anything else, Loretta?
That's it.
We'll do a roll call, please.
Commissioner Spielvogel?
Yes.
Commissioner Burek?
Yes.
Commissioner Vogler?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you, Vanessa. Proposed Resolution 331. We have our County Planning Director, Amy McKinney, with us. Good morning, and hope you're well.
Yes.
Good. Thank you for joining us today. You have a proposal for us to consider involving a contract, I believe, that we would enter into with Omega Logging to address some trees that blew down out in Mahoning Township. I'm assuming this would be along the Staffage Trail, or is this the?
No, so this is Quaker Falls.
Quaker Falls,
And
okay.
Vanessa and I talked this morning. I think Becky put this together, and I think there was a misunderstanding. It's not, we're not entering into a contract with Omega Logging. Our forest management plan, which I think Vanessa does have that attached for you guys. This is the remember we had Hudson do that?
Yes.
And this is the a recommendation. So we're starting to implement that plan. This company will go down and they'll do the timber area that we're looking to do right now, and they will pay the county the $5,000. So Jason suggested we just do this resolution. You know, it does state that we're in accordance with our forest management and conservation plan that we're going to work with them to take down the areas for timber, and we will be paid $5,000.
I appreciate your clarifying all of that. That's helpful. Mr. Burek, do you have questions for Amy?
I had one question, but I see it's right here in the resolution. The total acreage we own out there at the Quaker Falls site's around 10 acres.
Total is more than that. This
Okay.
is just based on.
This is the 10
area.
acres is where they're gonna harvest the timber. No, that's great news that we're managing our forest land the county owns, and we're generating some revenue for the county, so thank you.
Commissioner Spielvogel.
I'll just add a little something to that. I learned more about trees than I ever wanted to when we did that forestry plan. You don't think that we're lucky to have Amy and the entire staff, because you don't think of all of these things that have to come into play. That's what made me ask you about, did we get any environmentalists or anyone up at the Elmira building because of the trees? Yeah. Oh my gosh, it's like this thick. You
Joe
don't
did
think
check
of
with the
it.
conservation district on the trees on Myron, we're good. And we also did have a tree expert go up and identify, and none of those trees up there are the kind that the timber's worth a lot of money. So, yeah, we did check that.
Yes, thank you, that's it, that's all I have.
Amy, thank you for staying on top of this, and forgive my error in thinking it was Stavich when it says right here in bold letters, Quaker Falls Recreational Area, so excuse me. We need a motion?
We do.
May I have a motion?
So moved.
Have a second?
Second.
Thank you both. Further comments or concerns? Hearing none, we'll do a roll call, please.
Commissioner Spielvogel?
Yes.
Commissioner Buick?
Yes.
Commissioner Vogler?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you, Vanessa. Amy, thank you as
Yeah,
always.
thank you guys, appreciate it, have a good day.
You do the
You
same.
too, thanks, Amy.
And that was resolution 331, correct?
Correct.
Yes.
And the next item, we don't have any transfers that needed a resolution. That was left on there from a couple weeks ago. So you can skip down to number 4, the
Okay.
budget amendment.
Okay, that'll be 332.
Yes.
And that is what is in our packet. This is
Correct.
the MHDS. Okay,
Yes.
so we'll scratch item 3 on the
Yes.
printed agenda.
Yep.
Go to item 4, which is resolution 332.
Correct.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
This resolution is a budget amendment, as noted. We are increasing the interest revenue, MHDS revenue fund account by $40,000, and then also increasing the expense line item for the mental health community services account under MHDS by the same amount, $40,000. Joe, anything you need to add?
Just varies throughout the course of the year. Obviously, we've got more money coming in later in the year, so they had to adjust the budget to reflect that.
I thank you for that explanation. Let me see if Loretta has any questions.
No.
And Brian, any questions on your part?
I'll just note that I mentioned this morning at a staff meeting that because of rising interest rates, see the money that we have
Yes.
through that program is in the bank. Right now it's generating more interest. And I think we need to look at all of our
Right.
county accounts and make sure that we're maximizing interest rates that banks are paying on deposits has gone up significantly this year. So that's good news. It's generating more money, and we should look at our other county funds as well.
Thank you both. May I have a motion for proposed resolution 332?
So second.
So moved.
Thank you both. Any further comments? Just to piggyback on what Mr. Burek just said, I do want to give some credit to Treasurer
You read my
Rapone.
mind, yes.
He did send us an email about a week or so ago suggesting that we have some conversations amongst the three of us,
Yes.
Mr. Vanasco, the treasurer, the controller, to look at
Yes.
opportunities for enhancing our rate of interest that we're receiving on our holdings, and we will be doing that. Any other comments or questions?
Yeah.
I'll ask Vanessa to call the roll, please.
Commissioner Spielvogel?
Yes.
Commissioner Buick?
Yes.
Commissioner Vogler?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you very much, Vanessa. We're going to start with these transfers. I'm going to work my way down, and please interrupt me or say, hey, I have a question. Okay.
Go ahead.
The first is the public defender. They are asking for a $126 transfer from their contingency into that of subscriptions for updates for their law books. Next, the courts are asking for a $5,078.66 transfer from their contingency into materials and supplies. MHDS has in front of us the following transfers, all on one document. They are asking for $3,940.73 from ID case management into ID services base. They are then asking for a $50,000 transfer from MH outpatient into MH community services. Then they are asking for a $30,000 transfer from MH community employment into MH Community Services. The next request is for $30,000 transfer from MH Social Rehabilitation into MH being Mental Health Community Services. A $57,000 transfer from Mental Health Community Residential into Mental Health Community Services, and then a $20,000 transfer from their contingency into Mental Health Community Services. These are all for MHDS. Any questions on this request or group of requests? Hearing none, maintenance is asking for the following transfers. They're asking from their contingency a $5,800 transfer into major equipment, and then they are also asking from their contingency a $5,000 transfer into minor equipment. States here a snow walk behind brush winch for trailer and the installation, as well as a walk behind snow brush for sidewalks, winch for new trailer to pull up equipment. And here we are in 90-degree weather, and we're talking about snow, but it's just a few months away, I guess. Any questions on this particular transfer?
I just have to chuckle about it because I think this is all everything that we need to keep the maintenance workers from driving the grass, this grass cutters up to the 911 center. I just
Kind of hard to believe all these years now. We had more staff, but the way that the sidewalks maintained them, we didn't have something specific like the width
Right,
of the
this is
sidewalk.
quicker and easier than using a shovel, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
sure.
Oh my
So,
gosh.
Yeah, the brush was quicker.
Just amazing that is. You just get so used to seeing it and you don't think twice about it. It's just part of the framework of everything that there is, and I'm just in amazement that they.
I just want to give credit to our staff. You've probably all seen them too. And this summer, we've had a lot of hot
Oh
sunny
my
days, and our
gosh,
crews
yes.
out there, and they maintain the
Yes.
grass on all the county properties, and they do a
Yes.
great job.
Yes, they do.
And in the wintertime, before they come in early before everybody gets
Early.
here, clear the sidewalk, and I
Yes,
just commend them for their efforts.
absolutely.
Well, I would request a motion then, if you're so willing,
Yes.
to approve the transfers A through and including J.
So moved.
Second,
Thank you both. Any other
Mhm.
questions or comments on these transfer requests? Hearing none, we'll do a roll call, please.
Commissioner Spielvogel?
Yes.
Commissioner Buick?
yes.
Commissioner Vogler?
Yes,
Motion carries.
thank you, Vanessa.
Mm-hmm.
We jump down to announcements. The commissioners will meet once again 1 week from today, Tuesday, September 12th at 10 a.m. in this room. It is open to the public. And then later today at 12 noon, the county's opioid advisory board will hold their regular monthly meeting in this room. It's open to the public. Commissioner Spielvogel chairs that board. Any other announcements that maybe we've overlooked?
I think that's it.
For public comment, I will note that right now the room is empty, and accordingly, we do not have anybody from the public here to make any comments. Closing comments, though. Anything else, Loretta?
Nothing. Thank you.
Thank you. Commissioner Burek, anything you have?
Just want to echo your comments. Thanks, Commissioner Spielvogel last week for arranging the tour and hosting Senator Cates and his wife. She did a great job. So thank you for all the time and effort you put into that.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Vanessa or Joe, anything we maybe overlooked? No? Okay. Thank you all. May I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same sign. Motion is carried. We are adjourned. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Joe will